One of the most difficult things I think for writing music, or getting started, is just making a decision. Once you've made that decision, it gives you something to work with. If you don't make your mind up, then it's going to be very difficult to get to that end. The thing is about this, you are the composer and you're in charge. So if you don't like it, change it. If it doesn't work. The point I'm trying to make here is actually you can change the structure of the music quite easily by doing quite simple things, either by changing the dynamic and the pitches, just moving them up or down slightly like that. It can completely change the music. But also, the pitches maybe aren't that important. You can change the texture quite easily, and you can actually quite easily create a piece. Because every time we think about a pitch, we're not just thinking about a pitch. Every time we ask an instrumentalist to play something, we're asking them to use an articulation, to play a note for a certain amount of time and duration. We're asking them to play a dynamic and the pitch as well. And one of the things about being a composer is there's so much choice, you need to sort of narrow it down a bit so it makes it much easier to work with. The reason I'm talking about all this sort of stuff is because I think it's really important that you don't rely on just maybe always using an instrument to create music, or just using manuscript paper to create a piece of music. There's all sorts of different ways to do that. And doing something like this, working with instrumentalists or using your imagination, I think is really, really important. And that's another thing about being a composer as well. You don't always have to think in terms of a perfect cadence. You don't always have to use 3 chords. You can just put sounds together and see what happens.
I thought it was good. I thought like everything that was like going on, it was like really complex, and I would imagine it was difficult for the people to like just play on demand, and I thought they performed quite well.
I think I'll do a lot better in advanced higher this year with all the tips and stuff and glissandos.
Seeing how instruments and they all fit together and make a composition, and how to do it, I was like keywords and putting harmony and all together. I thought it was pretty cool.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
I think I learned a lot about starting from scratch, like coming up with ideas like that, because it can be a bit daunting, like you said, like just try to come up with like a whole new piece of music when you've not really got anything to go on.